I decided to go to a coffee shop and check my email. Maybe Mark could try to get in touch. So I went to the area of food court, duty free, and luggage shops. I'm glad I still have duty free. Since people travelled from the moon to Earth here, there were anti-gravity devices available. We were in leg supporters which used pressure to force blood circulation in order to prevent it from concentrating too much on the legs. As I was searching for a coffee shop with internet access, I stumbled upon a strange booth. At first I thought it was selling travel insurance, but I was wrong. It was extremely strange to see such a thing in a place like this. No, the word strange wasn't even strong enough. Frankly, I rubbed my eyes thinking I was mistaken. Are you kidding me? I unconsciously muttered those words before me was from one agency, which was a crude table and a few chairs arranged in a small space between two shops. Male and female receptionists sat there wearing suits, and we had two groups of clients. Overhead was a cheap-looking signboard. It said, "Done before you leave for Earth. All we need are your passport and tickets. When you get back, you'll be rich. Don't miss the opportunity." There's a branch of New Age development, a company led by Dan, that guy with the hair back of his hands. Unbelievably, they were giving mortgage loans even here. We even had clients. I thought it was a bad joke, but people kept stopping to look at the electronic signboard to one side, and it displayed real estate marketplaces in plain sight. If the real estate market was overheating, you might call this a boiling point. They were mortgage loans after all, so sums must have been quite important. Don't really choose properties and conduct loans here. How do they audit the clients, and how do they verify the properties? I was staring at them, looking perplexed. My gaze met that of an idle receptionist. The receptionist gave me a bright smile and pointed at the chairs. I certainly could have left, but hesitantly went in their direction. My curiosity was too strong. I knew about the overheating of real estate market prices. I also knew that ABS and CDO were selling like hotcakes, and people were surely buying loans that served capital such investments. But I could just laying golden eggs. It meant that people in the front line of those who were really creating the loans were really desperate. But although I didn't invite myself to companies like Dan's, I never went to the actual places where they actually make the loans. Never thought you'd see those places sitting out in plain sight like this. It was clearly abnormal. No more sagacious words. Flawless ways to get rich really did exist. However, but always those who overdid it. Are you off to Earth? Those words from a pleasant receptionist brought me back to reality. Oh yeah. Is it your first trip? I was thinking about all this because the trip was making me nervous. I more of an answer using time to collect my thoughts. I don't have much time before my flight to Earth leaves. Is there next flight? You're fine if so. Her bright smile didn't give me the impression that she was in any sort of hurry. I only have 30 minutes. Ah yes, of course, fast, polite and active loans. That's our company's motto. If Mark had been with me, he'd been frowned so hard it would have distorted his forehead. But I was getting sharper and sharper. My restless attitude was losing its earnestness and becoming knacked. I then cleared my throat a few times. Imagine you get a loan even if you don't have that much money. Yep. May I ask you yearly income? The reception asterisk as a while, opening a routine checklist on a computer. I remember Dan's words and gave her a blatant lie. To be honest, I came from Earth last year, but things didn't go too well, so I had to go back temporarily. I see, and what do you do for a living? I shook my head. I was prepared to say I had a job down on Earth. She turned me down. Job of assets. She didn't turn me down. I started getting nervous and replied, "Well, risk 2 with a trip down to Earth." I was sure I had done it this time. The receptionist, still an innocent air, seemed unfazed. I prepared to be planned to be regardless. Do you have any particular property in mind? She then gave me a little smile. Simple-minded Irving, you wanted to buy a home, even though we had no money or a job. I thought my act was going rather well. It was all a bit unsettling. I hadn't thought it would actually go this well, so I hadn't thought this far ahead. First thing that came to mind was the area we had built houses with the housing in project. Well, I used to work in a second outer district, so around there. I see. The place has been actively redevelopment, so what do you think about this layout? She said this, tapped on the computer a bit, and turned it towards me. The location was not that convenient, but it was a four-room apartment, living dining kitchen for 1.18 million malls. I thought it was a joke. Noting the sensible price per square foot was set up, described to her. 118 was way out of proportion. Maybe she said it because she could see from my lies. Or it's her way of saying, what are you doing here over the lunar surface? Oh, don't you think that's a little steep? Really, nowadays everyone starts investing with properties like these. But for me it's not an investment. I'm sorry. From Earth, so it might sound strange. But houses on the lunar surface are considered investments, not debts. If you buy one, the price will always go up. It's way more efficient than the stock market, which is already too expensive. She was saying this down to a face of investment specialists who brought down Avalon. Was it a bad joke, or... I was so confused, repeated what I said before, but I have no job and assets. I need to worry. It's quite common for clients in your position to own free properties. Loans our company offers are 100% secure. She tapped on the computer again, summoned a pamphlet onto the screen. I was proud of myself for not falling off my chair. Receptionist was all smiles. If this was a setup, every household on the lunar surface would be seeing my face on a candid camera, shown in a few days' time. The name of this loan was formed by the first 5 letters of 5 words. Words written down out loud, like a fool. No income, no job, assets. It's a ninja loan. Even if no income, no jobs, or assets, you're fine. The loan is supplied by the famous ninja of Earth. One second. Ninja loan. Aye! Why ninja? Why ninja? The ninja loan exists. Really? Is there such a thing as a ninja loan? Really? That's actually a proper financial term. Who said to have been from Japan, a country of mystery and culture. They can transform into anything by putting leaves on their heads. Whoosh! A loser, burdened society, suddenly became a real millionaire. What do you think? We can make a contract with just your ticket ID and a signature. Look back at her, gazing in a deep colour of her eyes. I've seen through many CEOs, CFOs who cut their financial statements, cheat their accounting audits, or got away with lying to everyone, including their clients or business partners. Therefore, I was sure of it. She did not doubt her own words. She did not think it was strange, not even the slightest. 2 people next to me had finished their signing of the contract and were shaking hands with the receptionist. They did not look that well dressed. Their smiles were a little frozen. Perhaps they didn't really believe I could seal a deal here. Was it because they were good citizens of Earth? Did 6 times more gravity make you 6 times more naive? Who was I then? The answer to this question was clear. I was an investor. The best investor on the lunar surface, I denied this. I was capable of judgment. So I can say for sure, this was completely insane. It was complete nonsense. So what's your decision? By the time you get to Earth, you would probably have gained enough money to cover your interest and administration fees. I did not let her finish and asked. I have a quick question. Yeah? How many contracts do you conclude each day? Huh. Probably between 10 and 15 at most. She was wincing and wondering why I'd asked her out of this sort of nowhere. The fact she gave me an answer showed that she hadn't thought this through. With someone like her, who's probably thought this was some kind of student job, conduct audits for loans, mortgage loans to people who have no income, no job and no assets. Thank you. I said this as I rose from my chair. Hey, where are you going? Hearing a voice following me, I quickened my pace. I grabbed my tablet, but before dialing any number I gathered my thoughts. What I felt was similar to an intense pain burning in my heart. Maybe Dr. Wallace was right. He was certainly not looking at barren wastelands. Blood pumped to the tip of my fingers and I could actually feel a pulse in them. The feeling that something was off when I got when I visited credit card loan companies, or even car dealers, were also dispelled. Now I knew where it come from. The words Dr. Wallace said at Club 25, even who cannot doubt their maths, you can still question their major premise. He really was a king of pessimism. He was always screaming this possibility out loud. But always those who wanted to go left where everyone else went right. Which is why Dr. Wallace of the die-hard short sellers on the lunar surface got a seemingly mocking nickname. Dr. Wallace had not just obsessed pessimism, he was a veteran master of the market with a deep knowledge of which numbers to look at and which matters to take into account. It would be difficult to believe when he acted as the wrong impression. Took the airport clock, took a deep breath and gathered my thoughts. Maybe I was wrong about this, maybe I was overthinking it. There were possibilities of progress in mathematical science had gotten so fast I couldn't follow it. However, not thinking at all was also not an option. I called Marco. Yeah? How? What is it? Don't tell me you forgot something after all. I started feeling dizzy. It was the same bewildering excitation I felt when I made investments. Marco, I need to ask a favour. Yeah? I said, looking around the earthbound gate. It was overflowing with noisy, high-spirited people, all talking about making a quick buck and taking extravagant trips. Could you pair the following statistics and send them to me as fast as possible? What? You fill a bag with so many files to read them up an elevator? You still need more? Really? You're such a... Fine, I'm listening. We have ways to see some of the data profit increases of listed companies, right? Also, with data on the current account balance of the lunar surface. The current account balances? You mean one with capital movements between the Earth and lunar surface? You want to start foreign exchanges, or what? Yeah, you could say that. Gave a vague answer, then added. Also, it's important. Next, I need you to gather data on the private companies. Dan's place must have them. I don't care about the expenses. This is an investment investigation. Huh? Really? Why? I took a deep breath before replying. It's data on the number of real estate properties and their prices. The older it is, the better. Also on the Earth data, America, Japan. It'd be nice to have England too. What? Why would you want that? It was like I could see the questions in Marco's head. It's real estate. It must be related to ABS. Is that matter closed? Only if that's the case, why does he need statistics for? You can feel how much he wanted to ask it. I did not explain thoroughly. I was afraid the cognitive bias would switch off as soon as the responsibility came out of my mouth. What I was doubting was effectively the CDO as well as the ABS at which it was based. However, it was a little too much for me to actually question the evolution, reliability or precision of the numbers that used to pick bonds of his large-scale loan-making schemes. I could barely even pronounce scales in cupola. Funny, I can't pronounce it at all. However, I was able to question my major premise. Nor was it a function, something as complex as involving much money as ABS needed. Just one thing. I only have 20 minutes before boarding. Gather the data I asked for and send it to me. I'll wait as long as possible. I especially need the data on the real estate prices and the current account balance of the lunar surface. Understood? Please. Oh wait, how? I didn't let him finish and cut the call. Mark was really competent after all, so he always carried out my instructions promptly regardless of any doubts he might have. He would sigh of relief after finishing a call. I felt like I tricked him into a bunch of lies. Took my gaze farther down the hallway towards New Age Development's booth. I had a chat earlier. Other clients had already filled my seat and were listening intently. Various people were waiting in line. Guys who really looked like they wanted to invest in little money they had gained on the lunar surface while they were at it. Or others who seemed to be genuinely in the situation I described off the cuff. You didn't need to have eyes for investment here. All you needed was the courage to sign a loan. That's all. The whole time I was waiting for data on Marco, I stayed still, thinking. I was questioning everything, my misunderstanding, mistakes, wrong impressions, or even my unconscious desire for everything to go well. The data would correct my uncertainty, and probably wrong. The impressions of premature judgments. Having a plain fact in front of me would clarify things that could very well remain concealed, even with this data. Whereas how until now I've been able to gain non-negligible profits in my investment in the stock market. Of course, those in master numbers had already gotten into a rocket and flown far away, and the donkers would never be able to catch them. It wasn't like the donkers couldn't take the same routes, though. And the world was full of unimaginable traps. Monsters were lurking even in the market. Oh. I received a message on my tablet. Mark had sent the details I asked for. It says another 6 minutes before boarding. Even if most of the data can be found online, the fact he was able to gather in such a short time was proof of his information gathering skills. At least that's what I'd thought before opening the email. Here's the data. Don't be surprised if it looks familiar. It was on the doctor's computer. It seems the housing data was order-made. It appears the statistics and the evolutions of prices are not public. I borrowed them from Maria. You can pay me later. Which is his message. It gave me a strange feeling, both of surprise and composure born from some kind of confidence. I sent a reply saying I'd add it to his salary. I then verified the data and saw it contained everything I wanted. It was almost scary. I would have some quiet time during the next few weeks and no one would be around to bother me. I should have time to examine it thoroughly. I also had a feeling I wouldn't have any opportunity to grapple with data. was seemingly the same plan after all, so I was sure to get drawn into it and more worked on it. I knew that if I told anyone about it, they would laugh right in my face. Judging from the fact the data was exactly the same as the data Wallace gathered, there's a high probability, regardless of investment, would prevent any further progress in this direction. But still, I wanted to see it for myself. The announcement to begin boarding for the orbital elevator to Earth resounded in the hall. But I didn't expect that to happen. This game has a way of sucking you in. The game's going slow at a pace, doing something else, and suddenly, BAM! You get a big event, and you start reading everything off screen like this, and everything goes like this, and it's one event after another, and you really want to find out what's going on. So you click and you click and you click and you find out what's going on, and oh my life, it's a fantastic feeling when it happens. The first game had it in droves when I started trading. The trading day was always exciting, especially when Hagana got involved. The back and forth between the pair of them was brilliant. I'm looking forward to seeing when we finally meet Hagana again, because she's in the opening, she must be in the series. I'm going to end the episode here, guys, so thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.